First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and to include the elder bishops on down as well. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatham to the elect, whom this gospel is for, and it's your brother Laban. And it's something else that I want to go over as well, which is to do with the death of the current Pope, which is Francis. Now, I think, and this is just my personal opinion, this is not truth, but I think that he died days ago, and they're just now announcing his death. That's just my thing. And what this means to me, and this is just something that I have in mind that I want to talk about. Now, first and foremost, we've had some powerful people that went back to the essence. First, dealing with the members of the monarch family, two individuals that were important in this world, which is Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. And then to include, those that have been heads of the banking dynasty, which is the Rothschilds, Evelyn Rothschild and Jacob Baron Rothschild as well. These people have died too. So these are some very powerful people on the left-hand side, and these are the same people that have been getting into witchcraft, which is the power of this civilization, because the power of this world is the power of Shaitan. And it's very clear to see, because primarily in the Western world, the Western world has projected to the rest of the world that there are people of God and everything that is biblical. But when you actually go and experience the life of being in the West, you'll see people being influenced, doing things which is contrary to what they self-proclaim. Okay? And how do we know to say that? Because we're living in the realms of the West. Some of us, you have the ones of us that are living in America, and you have the ones of us that are living in different parts of Europe, as I'm over here down here in the UK. All right? And everybody can see that. It ain't just me. Anyone can see that. Anyone that's got some kind of sense or has a working mind can clearly see that this world is nothing more than Satan's world. All right. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to read this over here. This is Revelations 16 and verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Now, the false prophet is referring to the Roman Catholic institution, which is the spiritual aspect of this society. Because in every society you had the priest, which the priests were more important than the king and the various people that had their position in governments, and even the rest of the other kingdoms. They all had priestmen that would connect to higher powers, spiritual powers, and that's how they would govern their people with. So it's the same thing with this society. This society is governed by the spiritual power of Shaitan. And how did they get access to Shaitan? By what? The priest. Okay, again, the priestmen would be the Roman Catholic Church. And as well as we can even include, people that are not a part of the Roman Catholic institution. Like, for example, the bankers and all of that, they were witches and warlocks as well. And then you have to include the members of the monarch as well. They're witches, because they understand, of course, that the power, the real power which rules all things, is basically the entities that you don't see. All right? Which really goes back to the Most High, because the scripture says that the Most High, as it is written, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So can the Lord allow left-hand side power to rule the kingdom? Of course, it's been done so many times. But these people, they think that they're ruling the empire by some entity that's pretty much acting unilaterally rather than being in tandem with the Most High. But all of these entities, as we truly know, as the righteous know of all things, and that the wicked know of in part, we know that all the spiritual powers, good or bad, are influenced by the power of the ultimate spirit, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who we know him to be Yahweh, and through his son Yahushua. Okay, so if that's the case, then they've already lost anyway. The Most High just set these nations up for a time and for a season and for his purposes. And so after those purposes have been said and done, then the Lord will what? Raise up those that which is profitable, as it is also written that the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and he give it to whomsoever he will. So the Lord is going to give chance to the heathen, as it is written, chance happeneth to all, right? And again, when the time is right, the Lord is going to establish his people forever. Okay? So the Lord is just giving these heathens a chance to rule. That's all it is. And just by the mere proof that all of these important people that are dying proves that this society is on its way out. It's out of here. All right? Because we just had key people that have passed. We've had Queen Elizabeth, we had Prince Philip, we had 2 Rothschilds that passed away throughout the decade of being in the 2020s that we're in right now. So anyway, let me read 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that's by us, by spreading this truth out there and the truth about them, according to the scriptures, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, the returning of the Messiah, and even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. And here's the point, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's why they were able to do all of the things that they were able to do to get away with, because it was all to do with the power of Shaitan. Okay, that's always been the case. And he exercised of all of the power of the first beast before him, and caused of the earth and them. This is Revelations 13 and 12. I'm going a bit too fast. I gotta slow down. And them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Because I forgot to call this precept. I do that at times, man. I gotta cut that out. Revelations 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire to come down from heaven and on the earth in the sight of men. And of course, all of this is speaking about now this Roman system. Revelations 13 and 14, which is the point, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. How did he do it? By the power of Shaitan, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And this is how you know that the mark of the beast is going to come, because the left-hand side powers are going to make sure that this is the case, as it is written, as I'm going to keep on saying, where it concerns the will of the Lord, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. Proverbs 19 and 21. All right, because all energies are going to be influenced by the Lord, and they're going to fulfill his will. You know, so again, when people die that are important of this world, that tells you that what's also dying, what's also, let me use another word, what's also dwindling is the power of this system. So when you have people that know how to access demons and spirits and do witchcraft in all forms. So when you have people that are experiencing accessing spiritual power from the left-hand side dying out, that tells you that this society is also pretty much dying out the same way, little and little. And what's happening is you have on the right-hand side the spiritual power on the right hand side is becoming more progressive. Okay, so there's a transitioning of power, spiritual power, that is. Okay, and this is just me just unleashing my thoughts on what I take to this whole thing anyway, of this lesson in regards to the death of Pope Francis, right? Psalms chapter 10 verse 15, as this is written, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man, and seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And we've already got that. We know all of the details of the wicked, and then there's going to be more details about this man specifically. The secret things that hasn't yet been revealed will be revealed, but there's a lot of things that has been revealed already in detail. Okay, so the time is going to come where all of what was being revealed, all that is to be revealed, Salakia, will be revealed, and then Yahweh Shah is going to come and destroy this man. Okay, and there's verse, 16, the Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of the land. The Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble, and thou wilt prepare their heart, and thou wilt cause thine ears to hear. So that's happening. The Lord has prepared our hearts to know him, to get into this truth before the decree takes place. Okay? So yeah, not venturing off from the topic here, the point is that these witches and warlocks are dying, which shows that this kingdom is dwindling. It's coming apart now. As I said in as I've entitled the video that I did days ago, that the end isn't coming later or soon. We're already in it. Something like that anyway. So anyway, that's all I have to say with this. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash. And with that, I'm closing. Shalom.